feel so alive, alive, inside. I'm breaking through the haze to a brand new day, 'cause my heart has been refined. I feel so alive, alive, inside. I'm breaking through the haze to a brand new day, 'cause my heart has been refined. I feel so
Hello and welcome to Fit Ready Go Weight Loss and Healthy Living, episode 6. I'm your host, Steve Megatron Phillips, and joining me is my other host,
Mary.
the one who's too lazy to lean forward into the microphone. So, we've concluded our Vegetarian Month challenge. You can probably hear the cats beating each other in the background with the dog. But we concluded our vegetarian challenge of the month of January, despite not doing more than 8 or 9 videos the whole month, just because we got busy. But, so how do you think that whole process went, despite everything?
I think it was fine, honestly. I didn't miss the meat all that much. Maybe a little bit. The texture of certain things bothered me some of the time. A little bit chewier than what we're not used to. But besides that, it really wasn't a big deal. But I definitely would say what came out of it is we'll be eating probably about half vegetarian and half meat for now on. Whereas in the past, I've always believed, to get protein, you have to have meat at every single meal. And I learned that I could get my protein in without having meat. So, like, today, for dinner, I did put some steak in or beef steak, whatever, in a cauliflower rice. But that was the only meat I had today. I had a taco salad for lunch, which was still the TVP. I don't plan on switching back to meat for tacos because honestly, in my opinion, the TVP is better. There's scrambled tofu, so I'm going to go back and forth between eggs and scrambled tofu because scrambled tofu is very, very good. So, it made a huge difference. It will affect our eating habits now because we won't have meat for everything.
I will say I did miss eating meat, although most of the stuff we ate wasn't bad, so it's not like it's that big of a stretch for me. But I'm still hankering for hamburger and like steak and like.
You had steak and the rice.
It's not the same. But
Whatever.
I want to steak. But so we did do the challenge. It was fine. I had a full checkup at the doctor, and because I had no meat, and because I don't eat beans, and I won't eat like peanut butter, and I wouldn't eat anything that's got cholesterol or high protein that was part of the vegetarian diet because I'm a picky eater. I had because in my family blood pressure runs high and cholesterol runs high, possibly partially because of what they eat, but partially because I think it does run in some of the family. But because of what I was eating when I had my blood work done, my blood pressure was normal and my cholesterol was low. Which I didn't expect to hear that. I expected to hear it normal, but it was low. So in other words, I got to eat more saturated fats, and I was told to exercise, but
he's too lazy.
I'm too lazy for that. So I got to make up for it with my eating.
Yeah, you're not gonna just sit there and eat a whole bunch of saturated fat. So
no, because you won't let me. You make me healthy, so
yeah.
Whether I want to or not. So.
Which leads us to what our next challenge is. Right out of the no meat challenge, we have gone and started today. No sugar, no added sugars. We are doing fruit 2 servings a day is what I've allowed us. 1 for breakfast. The 1 serving has to be during the breakfast, and then the other serving at any point. I know doing my sugars earlier in the day is the better. With fruit, they always suggest that, but I know my weakness. My weakness is after dinner, so I saved my second fruit for after dinner. I had some. My wonderful friend a few months ago had let me borrow her dehydrator, so I have dehydrated apples and dehydrated bananas, and I snacked on a couple of those after dinner because I knew that that's when I always really, really want my sweets, and it did enough to control that sweet tooth. But it was a rough first day, I do have to say, and I knew going into this sugar detox was going to be much, much harder than the meat. No meat. No meat is not a huge deal for me because really we didn't eat a ton of meat before, but the sugar, sugar's in everything. It's in bread, it's in your tortillas, it's in literally everything, and it's even hidden sometimes. I'll say 1 gram of sugar, but then you read the ingredients and it has high fructose corn syrup, whatever, with just sugar, or there's so many different names for sugar, and they'll be in there. So I'm actually making homemade whole wheat bread now, and so that has no sugar in it. Well, it has honey in it, but it's, again, a natural sugar that is if you buy the right kind. So the first 3 days, or 3 to 4 days, I've decided that we're not doing any grains or
milk,
no dairy. So really it's very, very bland. I'm trying to make it so that our bodies get kind of shocked, if you would say, into not needing that. So today for breakfast, we each had some eggs and are serving a fruit. And then for lunch, I had the taco salad. Steve had a turkey salad. And then we both snacked on vegetables.
Which
some
I mixed most
cashews.
of it into
And that's about it that we're able to eat. And then for dinner, I made a cauliflower fried rice. So you actually rice cauliflower and then put, it's supposed to be peas and carrots. I did, to stay away from the sweet peas, I did carrots and celery. And then I put some beef in it and a couple eggs, and it was really, really good. And, but yeah, so it's kind of very bland. But today I started feeling really, really sick, which the whole family is coming off of a cold, so not sure exactly which way, but I'm pretty sure I was having sugar withdrawals, and because I started craving carbs first thing this morning, so I deterred it by getting peanuts, and I actually bought, for it while I'm at home anyways, peanuts with the shells on them, because it takes longer to break into them. So I got some of those, and I had stacked on that to stop that, and then I had a hard-boiled egg, because actually eating fat kind of stops that sweet craving. So, a healthy fat, obviously. But then I just started feeling really sick, sick to my stomach, my shoulders were weak, my legs were weak, I was at work and I just did not feel good at all. And, my head, I haven't had such a bad headache in forever. I mean, the back of my neck hurt, the front of my head hurt, everything hurt, my ears hurt, and then once I ate lunch, it did get better. I had my Spark, which I'm sure helped, and I ate my salad, and I think that's what really did it, because I did use just a tiny bit of salsa, and then I had a chili that I had made a couple days ago, and I put that on it. So I know it had like a little bit of sugar maybe in there. Just like Steve, he put a little bit of Italian dressing on his salad, but we're not getting to the point that we're going to say, oh my goodness, we had 2 grams of added sugar today. I mean, we'll be fine with that. So,
It's trying to live on the bare minimum of the sugar levels that are artificial, and
yeah.
because obviously sugar's in everything.
And it's addictive. I mean, think about it. I was having, and I was telling Steve this earlier, I was having sugar withdrawals. I mean, come on. If there's really a food out there that when you don't eat it, you have withdrawals, your body starts reacting, you start getting headaches, and you start aching, and you start feeling sick. I mean, is that really something we should be putting to our body? And am I saying I'm never going to have sugar again? No, that's not what I'm saying, because I'm going to have sugar after this month is over. But when I go back to it, I'm not going to have it on a daily basis as I am right now. I eat too much chocolate. I may not eat chocolate every single day, but I eat it at least a few times a week. I don't really need that. Maybe a special occasion, or if I'm at a friend's house and they cook something or baked up something, maybe I can have one, you know. But I've got to myself get off of the sugar addiction because, I mean, honestly, for one, I would like to lose a little bit more weight, but it's more so I don't want my body depending on something like that. So yeah, just the fact of how I felt today was so rough, and it's all because of a drug I'm putting into my body. So yeah, maybe I don't do cocaine, I don't do weed, like I've never gotten into that stuff.
Well, they said sugar is actually as addictive as
but it's very
cocaine.
addictive. And to take yourself off of something and have those type of withdrawals, then you know it's something that shouldn't be entering your body in the first place. So I'm very happy we're doing this. And I know the first few days is going to be really rough, but we'll get better. I'll start adding in dairy on. I'm thinking dairy's going to come back about Thursday. And I'm going to try to wait at least until Sunday probably to add in some grains. And then it's going to be whole grains. So oatmeal, which Steve's going to cry about. And then I'm going to make some like homemade pancakes, which I already make a lot of the time, which you have to have the homemade too. Usually I make the homemade for myself. And then Mr. Whiny here has the buttermilk. Well, get over it. That stuff's not coming back into the house.
Yes, it will.
Yeah, keep pushing.
Yeah, it will.
Then what's the point in even doing this? I mean, seriously, what's the point?
You'll rot.
Uh-huh. So in other words, he's saying we're going to go through 30 days, or this month's 29 days of torture just so that he can go right back to it.
Go right back to it.
No, and the biggest...
Oh, because I don't need syrup. And I don't
But do you realize how much sugar is actually in those pancakes? Why do you think I always make them on my own? Like,
but I like the bagged powder.
Oh well. Anyways.
I like to eat the batter too, so.
So yeah, and he also wants cereal every morning of his life. And that drives me nuts because there's nothing good about it. I don't care. I don't care even if you do Cheerios. There's just nothing good about cereal. It's a filler. Like, there's nothing to it. But yeah, so that's what our challenge is now, and it's much more difficult than the last. So
we're going to want to kill each other.
Yeah.
Basically.
Surprisingly, I wasn't moody today. I just was sick. Just didn't feel good.
I'm normally...
And I'm pretty tired right now. Like, I'm about to crash. But.
For those that are wondering, we're recording this on February 1st, and it'll be released February 2nd, so there's a little bit of a time delay there. But, like, I'm normally a not very nice person on a Monday morning. I had to have the spark to kickstart me and wake me up, like, all the way, like, mentally.
Yeah, I don't go without my spark, so I had that, but I usually try to wait till the afternoon.
I need it in the morning because, like, I'm trying to wake my faculties up in my head, and so that helped actually a lot. And then I was able to actually go on with my day and eat my vegetables and my non-sugary food. And then I started getting, like, hunger pains, like expecting to eat something sweet at some point. Because normally I have junk sitting on my desk somewhere that I can snack on or it gets sent in my lunch, but there's nothing there, so
He got plenty of food in his lunch for.
No, I'm not saying I didn't get plenty of food. I did get plenty of food. I'm just saying, like, normally I was looking for the sugar, and there wasn't any.
Yep. So I'm happy we're doing this. It's going to be difficult, but the fact that I actually have Steve on board is very nice because a lot of this weight loss I've done with him not, he's always been supportive of me. He just has never done any of it with me. So it's kind of nice having that because then he's not sitting there eating a bowl of ice cream while I'm supposed to be just twiddling my thumbs. So.
Now, granted, we haven't had ice cream in forever, but I get the concept.
It's also winter, so whatever.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I got Smarties sitting directly across me, but they're like candy cane things, but I don't. No, if it was a bag of Smarties, I'd have a hard time not eating them, but like they're candy canes, so I don't have any reason to jump over there. But yep, so this is our February challenge. I have no idea what we're going to do for March, if we're going to do anything at all.
Oh, I have a few things coming, but if you have any suggestions for a challenge you would like to see us do, let me know. As long as it's not something outrageous.
And we might do like the video vlog like a couple times a week over every day because it was pretty hard to try and find time after the kids go to bed to...
Yeah, and we try to do some Bible studies and some devotionals some nights and then try to have some time on our own. And, Steve gets to shave the cats when we're done here because they haven't been shaved in 6 months probably, so...
Yeah.
It's been like once or twice since Nolan's been born, so...
It's whenever we got that stupid table, but...
What table?
I don't know, the one that's in the middle of the floor.
That was a long time ago. That was over the summer, because it was at a garage sale.
Okay, that's probably the last time. So yeah,
That's about it?
Yeah, that's about it. So we'll catch you on the next episode. You can get a hold of us, Mary at fitreadygo.com, or drop comments there or on her website, fitreadygo.com. You can look for it on the Facebook page. All the links are on the website, fitreadygo.com. You can get a hold of her on Twitter at fitready87. And until next time...
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
You've got to shake, shake, shake. Like you shake, shake, shake. You are shake. You look so good on you. So shake like you've been shaved. Come on, shake, shake, shake. Like you shake, shake, shake. You look so good on you. So shake like you've been shaved. Come on, shake, shake, shake like you shake, 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 shake like you shake. Great God Almighty done change me. Great God Almighty, He done change me.